Oh, so I have the record button. I do. Good. Okay. So tonight's discussion, our training tonight is going to be all about, it's going to be about negative ions. And the interesting thing I think about negative ions is the fact that they're actually called negative ions, because when we think of the word negative, we think of it in a negative connotation. But in reality, negative ions are just the opposite. They're a positive thing. We actually want to be surrounded by negative ions as much as possible. And so tonight, I have a special guest. You guys know him because he's the one that founded SOLEX. And he was the not only the founder of SOLEX, but also the original AO scanner. And he's full of an abundance of knowledge. And so I invite Lauren Swenson, and he has a nice, actually a video. So I'm going to invite his video for us to see. I do have something coming up soon, though. I have an interview coming up with him. So that'll be something special. I'll make sure I share with everyone ahead of time. So let me go ahead and share with you the video that Lauren has put together to help us all learn about negative ions. And I purposely went this route to have you all see the resources that you have. Okay, so on Wednesdays, I have trainings, but on your own, I know all of you enjoy doing deep dives into various subjects, whether it's a health concern or learning more about the science of frequencies, or in this case, negative ions, or whatever it might be. You have wonderful resources. So there's right here, the YouTube channel, SOLEX's official YouTube channel, SOLEX LLC. Here's what it looks like. Please make sure that you subscribe. So you click the subscribe button so that, and also the notifications, so that when they do have new videos, you have access to them. You'll get the little ding, the little notification, and then you can enjoy, keeping up with the different videos they have and learning. We are always continuous learners. So I put in the search engine the word negative ions, and then the video here pops up with Lauren. We'll watch that in a second. But then other things pop up too, like, did you know they have negative ion water sticks, and more things that are related to negative ions, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and press play. We're going to listen to Lauren as he explains negative ions.
Why are negative ions so important, and what are negative ions, and what do they do? So you basically have two ions. You have a negative ion, which we talk a lot about, and you have a positive ion. Now there's a really good book. It's a simple book, easy read, short read, simple layman's terms. It's called The Ion Miracle. And you can get that book on Amazon. It literally is like a 1 to 2 hour read. It's not a big book and really simple, but I think you're going to find that it'll answer a lot of your questions in terms that are easy to understand. Now you can get into books that will go into more depth scientifically on the negative ions and their properties, but for a lot of people it's going to be way over your head as far as real interest and real practical use. But real basic, a positive ion is kind of like a rust. It's an oxidizer. It introduces oxidative stress into the body. It increases or accelerates the aging process. It's what we don't want. Negative ions are the opposite of that. Negative ions slow the aging process. They have been referred to as the vitamins in the air. Absolutely critical. You'll see some of the things here on the screen that negative ions are good for. Burns, longer life, better breathing, helps with things like asthma. So what a negative ion does is it attracts the positive ions. A positive ion will be drawn to a negative ion, and when that happens, the negative effects or the bad effects of a positive ion are mitigated. And so the more negative ions that we have around us, in the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, the environment that we're around, the better we are. The slower the aging process, the better the body responds to stress, that's particularly oxidative stress. So areas like when we live in the city or in a home that's full of Wi-Fi and cell phones and electricity and microwaves, these things produce an abundance in excess of positive ions. So the more negative ions that we can generate, it will help mitigate some of that, those positive ion effects. We cannot get away from those unless you want to move out into the woods next to a waterfall and not have a phone or any of the luxuries that we enjoy in life. And short of that, we've got to do other things. So I wear insoles, wear bracelets, the water stick in my water. These types of things help introduce more negative ions in my body and around my body to help battle that positive ion bad effects. So the more of those you have, the more of the positive ions are going to be attracted to the negative ions and mitigated. So that's why it's so important. Again, real simple. Positive ions are bad. Negative ions are good. I know that sounds backwards, but that's the way it is. And the more negative ions we have, the better health that we're going to enjoy, because we're mitigating and reducing the effects of positive ions. I encourage the book. It's a good read, simple read, and easy to understand. And in there, you're going to hear some case studies, and these are more anecdotal type of case studies. These are not like scientific studies. Again, those are out there, and you can definitely find those. And we'll put more of this stuff out as time goes by. But the more negative ions that we can consume, the more negative ions that we can be within, the better our health will be. So with that, use your bracelets, charge your bracelets, cleanse your bracelets, your insoles, whatever it is that you have, utilize them, keep them clean, keep them charged, and best of all, you can imprint them with your Cephi. So the mineral content of Cybin is amazing in the way it holds frequency. And that brings me to another thing I'd like to talk about, and that is Cybin. You see a lot of things on the internet, especially in things like Google and Amazon, where you can buy Cybin, and that is not Cybin. They're selling Banestone. Banestone you'll see a lot for massage therapists. They'll use these they're usually a darker black or gray stone that are shaped into blades or tools that they can use on your back. That is Banestone. It is not Cybin. Cybin is a mineral compound that came from an asteroid that hit the northeast provinces of China millions of years ago. It's found in the area now known as Qingdao, China. I've been to that mine. It's the only place in the world that Cybin is found. Now, Cybin doesn't have any out of this world minerals. All of the minerals of Cybin are readily available here on Earth. And when they've been tried to be put together in the same concentrations and ratios as what is naturally in the Cybin meteor, it doesn't have the same effects. We don't know if it's because when it passed through space and through the atmosphere, the radiation effect, we don't know. All we know is that Cybin that comes from that mineral, from that meteor, is the only place that those properties are able to be witnessed and utilized. So be careful when you're buying Cybin. If you read down a little further, it's actually Banestone, and that is not the same.
Okay. That was an excellent, excellent introduction to negative ions. So based on what we learned, negative ions are definitely items that are needed for the body. Little tidbits from what Lauren said. Actually, does anybody want to share something that they learned from that video? Open it to the audience. Any little tidbits that were aha moments for you, something that you've never known before about negative ions or even Cybin?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
No, please,
No,
Suzanne.
lady first, you go.
He did the right thing and raised his hand. I didn't.
No, go ahead.
I just appreciate the having another avenue by which to prevent or slow down the aging process. And so I'm in the process of purchasing the straw, the foot negative ion forms that you can just put in your shoes, and the patch. I'm really interested in that. But anything that can slow down the aging process of at the cellular level is what we are striving for. And so I appreciate the different types of accessories, I'll call them, that SOLEX provides in which to get those negative ions.
Completely agree. Eleanor, I see your hand up.
Yeah, we asked about the aha moment. I was just thinking about how we live in Wi-Fi and cell phones and all of these different devices that we have. And so I appreciated having information about the negative ions to try to balance that. I bought the a couple of the rings and the bracelets, but I wasn't even thinking that it's going to be beneficial related to being around all the equipment that because I work from home, so I'm always around Wi-Fi and devices.
Mm-hmm. The nice thing about that too is in your scanner, right? The software that we have, it has the EMF protecting the shield. So that's nice. We have that too to help us with negative, to help us with harmful frequencies like the EMF frequencies. Eric, I see your hand up, of course. Yeah.
I didn't know that Siren was a meteorite until just now. And to me, when Lauren brought that out, the fact that some of them are fake, but it also showed me the validity of the products of SOLEX. The fact that they actually get them from this meteor and they know the properties of it. That was that was a pretty big mind-blowing thing for me to learn that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciated that too. Yeah, it was an asteroid, an asteroid. Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. Suzanne?
Thank you, Eric. That was another one of my aha moments, but also for our pet. So I have scanned my cat and I have seen where she needed the EMF shield. And I've utilized it, but they have provided, Solex has provided a collar that I try to keep her in, and I try to keep frequencies on that collar. And when she does not wear it, she is jumpy, jittery, nervous. And so it's very beneficial for our animals. They too are affected by our environment, by our frequencies that may not resonate well with them, or something's going on in the house, or just take care of the animals the same way that we take care of ourselves. And they appreciate it, may not understand what we're doing, but they are going to benefit because, again, they have a shorter lifespan than we do. And so anything that we can do to mitigate that process speeding up is a beautiful thing to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Brenda, I see your hand. Please share.
Well, John and I really appreciate. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you're perfect. Yep.
We appreciate the site, and also we've gotten the rings and the bands. Also, we've had the straw. Haven't used it yet, but really appreciate because when we use it and the patches, it makes our stamina more. We just have more stamina.
Yeah.
It just makes us feel better, and it really helps. Our overall feeling about things and our health. And I really appreciate it. I haven't used it for a couple weeks. Michigan has some really, really bad weather, rainy and stuff. I haven't put it outside yet, so it's not revitalized. So I can't wait to get some better weather. But anyway.
I understand that. Okay, so remember that, yes, negative ions are very, very important. They help to basically balance out or neutralize or the positive ions, which are not the good guys. Those are actually the bad guys, because positive ions actually contribute to the oxidation processes in the body. And if any of you have seen oxidation process, you probably have all of you. If you have an apple and you cut it in half and you leave it, it starts to oxidize, right? It starts to turn brown. Okay. So you have to hurry up and eat it. Otherwise, that freshness goes away and it will turn brown and eventually it rots, right? So that same exact process happens in the body, in the tissues, the cells. So every way that we possibly can, which is what Lauren suggested in that video, you need to have negative ions be a part of your healthcare routine. Dawn, I see your hand. Go ahead, sweetie.
I was just going to chime in on the water stick. I think that's what it's called. It has like the beads inside of the water stick. Now that I use it, when I don't, the water tastes horrible. And so I feel, and I can tell the way I feel when I have my water stick in and when I don't. So I'm sure that like when I'm charging it, I'm like, I'm not drinking water until it's charged for 2 hours just because I'm used to it. I wear my ring every day. And I love the patches. I think I'm wearing them out. I want to get some more, but it actually does make a difference.
That's good to hear. I love that. Yeah, thank you. Suzanne, you had another comment, then I'm gonna move on.
Just clarify, please, Temna,
Yeah.
what kind of weather, if any, is needed to charge our accessories?
So yeah, ideally, if you can, when it comes time to charge, now, if any of you new to this language, welcome. And all of you that are talking this language, I'm so excited because we've all, some of us have known about the language of frequencies and negative ions for decades, and other of us are newer, and some of us are in between or whatever. So I'm really excited and proud to hear our language. Um, so when she's talking about charging, because these items are from the earth, right? Semi-precious stones, precious metals, all just in order to recharge them, they need to be put outside in the sun. That's the ideal way to recharge your SIBIN products, okay? So do you actually need sun? I've been told, and in doing some readings, even if it's cloudy, as long as you have it outside, you still will reap the benefits of charging your SIBIN items in the quote unquote sun. Okay. Okay. So it's not like when we say the word charging, what we mean is actually putting them out in the sun and they will recharge. Okay. Okay. And then let's see. I love this little tidbit. Somebody just put in the comments. Negative ion sticks. Actually, oh, you know what? I forgot to put my comments so that everyone can see. So the one that just shared that with me, if you want, feel free to share it with all of us. If not, I don't mind at all. Let me pull it up and I can read it to everyone. Okay, so the negative ion stick in your water bottle is a good conversation starter. People always are curious as to what is in that, yeah, what it is in what's in that your water bottle. Also having the patches, bracelets, and ring. So that's a great idea. Yeah, have a conversation starter, and then you can help others to see that there's more natural solutions than what they've even might have known about. So thank you for that little tidbit. I love it. Appreciate it. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to share my screen again. And we already opened up the conversation as to, we talked about the benefits of negative ions. So does SOLEX have negative ion items that we can take advantage of? Once again, Lauren said it's important to have negative ions in whatever way you can, right? So if you go to, again, here's another resource. If you go to SOLEX Global, or if you go to your shop.solexnation.com, and you click on products, the drop down will give you a category of SIBIN accessories. And I'm just going to go over real quick about with the SIBIN accessories. You see, this is where you have access, and you can do a deeper dive on your own with the negative ion patches, all the beads, the necklace, and each one of these items has very specific properties. And the nice thing about SOLEX's beads, they're not like any other beads where it's just, beautiful semi-precious stones. They're actually high frequency charged, and they have a magnetic bead. So the frequencies that are imprinted in the bead are constantly active. They're constantly moving. So they're constantly supporting your own bioenergetic field. So I love that about them. They also have different styles of negative ion bracelets. They have the negative ion necklace, again, a different style. Here's the water stick. Okay. They also have the negative ion straw, the shaker ball, for those of you who enjoy protein shakes or you want to use a shaker ball with your smoothies, and the negative ion insoles. I actually tried these when we went on a trip last year to Europe, and my feet, we did a lot of walking. My feet actually didn't hurt like they typically would at the end of the day. So love these negative ion SIBIN accessories. Now, one of my favorite, and I cannot wait for it to come in because it was a top desired item. SOLEX came out with AO Rain. And if any of you have seen and heard all the wonderful things on SOLEX's official Facebook group, it's really phenomenal as to what Rain has been doing as a tool for people's health. So can you imagine, not only do we have access to side bin accessories, which help with negative ions in the body, but now you have Rain. And Rain is something that literally you're raining negative ions on the body, in the body. This is incredible because none of us can, I would love to be at the beach 24/7, but, and maybe some of us have, access to nature like that. That's a beautiful thing. But typically people have to work 9 to 5. And when you get home, needing a nice charge in the right direction, that's what this is all about. So again, adding this tool to your in-home quantum wellness center is really, really valuable. So some of the benefits of this, and if anybody would like to read my screen, I would love to invite someone to do that. We can kind of share anyone's fine. You can just unmute yourself and just go ahead and start reading for us. This is in the blog. Oh, Zena, go ahead.
Have you ever felt tired, irritable, or depressed for no reason? These symptoms can often be traced back to the overwhelming presence of positive ions in our surroundings. In today's fast-paced world, we're engulfed in a haze of positive ions emitted from our screens, pollution, and artificial environments. This relentless exposure creates a perfect storm for stress, fatigue, and a host of health issues. To restore balance to our bodies and minds, we need environments rich in negative ions, like those in nature. Think back to the last time you felt revitalized at the beach, during a hike, or while lending to your garden. That refreshing sense of peace and energy is no coincidence. It's the power of negative ions.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And anyone want to read this tidbit here about AO Rain for me, or Zena? You have a beautiful voice, so I don't mind if you feel like you'd like to keep going for us.
Sure. Your
Okay.
solution for negative ion production. AO Rain is a revolutionary technology designed to harness the incredible power of negative ions, offering a myriad of health benefits that can transform your daily life. Imagine boosting your energy levels, elevating your serotonin hormones, and establishing a grounding connection with nature, all from the comfort of your own home. As you relax under the gentle flow of negative ions, AO Rain begins to experience a profound sense of calm. This innovative technology works by separating positive and negative ions, reducing the chaos of modern life, and promoting a harmonious balance within you. In just 45 minutes, the mitochondria in your body is recharged, giving your immune system a powerful boost and enhancing your overall health.
Okay, this is a powerful paragraph. So rains those negative ions down on the body. Notice energy, serotonin level, so increasing your energy, increasing your serotonin level. Does anyone know what serotonin does in the body? Go ahead, it's okay, just you can spill it out.
Improves your mood.
There you go. It's the happy hormone, right? So it increases your serotonin in the body. Thank you. It also, notice it says grounding. Does anyone know the benefits of grounding?
I believe it has a direct relationship to your central nervous system.
Boom. I love it. I love it. Excellent. And does anyone know the benefits of all of these things working in the body, but these negative ions working down at the mitochondria level? Anyone know about mitochondria?
I think that's the powerhouse or the energy house of the cells. The outer part, outside of the nucleus, is the outer area of the cell. Boy, this is going way back.
I am so proud of you.
But
Yes.
the healthier that is, that's where the energy is going to come from.
That's right. Life, death, health, disease begins and ends in the cell. The mitochondria is that powerhouse. So if you have low energy, that means your mitochondria of the cell, it needs some negative ions. It needs some nutrients, whatever it might be, but we're talking about negative ions. So beautiful thing. And again, you have this in from SOLEX. Okay. So the blog further continues to tell us about the science behind the AO rain. And it also continues to share with you some of the different, from the environment, different environments. So I'm going to encourage everyone to go to solexglobal.com and take a look at this blog. And it really does put an impact to see how much we just need these negative ions in our life in these different ways. The one bullet point I want to share specifically about the AO rain is the fact that it generates over 900,000 negative ions in a constant flow directed through your body, mimicking the refreshing effects of nature. 900,000 negative ions. Rain is actually one of the highest amount of negative ion generators in the market worldwide. So that's very impressive. Again, you're going to get the results of enhancing your mood, energy, and overall improved well-being, grounding, and vitality. I also did a little bit of, let's see if it's in here, research that I've done, mood, respiratory function, immune system. Right now, a lot of people are having some respiratory issues, allergies and things like that, increased energy level, better sleep, enhanced focus and clarity. I wanted to share with you versatile uses. This was really interesting. So full body session, the most common use to simply sit beneath the device while you relax. This allows for the flow of negative ions to target your entire body. Notice foot relief. For those with neuropathy, and I have some individuals in our community that have reported the benefits they've had with neuropathy. Any of you have it or have seen somebody, they just suffer with neuropathy. So now they can get some relief. So those with neuropathy or discomfort in the legs and feet, place the AO rain mat on the floor and rest your bare feet on it, or with socks. Do not use shoes. This setup allows the negative ions to penetrate your legs and feet, providing soothing relief from a neuropathy. That's fantastic. You can also use it as a facial treatment, laying down on your bed and position the AO rain head until it's a few inches above your face. This promotes collagen production and slows down the aging process, making it beneficial for after a facial treatment. And then you can use it for targeted relief. So when you're laying on a bed or massage table, adjust the head unit to focus on specific areas such as the back of your legs, or your back, your legs or shoulders, maximizing the soothing effect of negative ions where you need it most. So it's nice once you know once you know what something is good for, then you can really just use your imagination and target specific areas using those tools. So it doesn't have to necessarily be directly on top of your head. So that's really interesting to share. Okay. So with that in mind, one more thing that I want to share with you is there's some frequently asked questions. One of the questions that are asked is, are there any contraindications using AO rain? There's no contraindications. It's been safely used. It says infants, elderly ones, or what have you. Okay. However, it's important not to touch the head unit while it's on due to the high levels of static being produced. Okay. Does the AO rain produce harmful EMFs? That's a good question. While any device generating electricity will produce EMFs, the negative ions produced by AO rain significantly outweighs the EMF generated, effectively neutralizing their effect on your body. That's a beautiful thing. Is it easy to move and set up? I can answer that for you. I've seen it in person at convention in September. Yes. What benefits can I expect from using the AO Rain? We just went over a number of bulleted benefits from using the AO Rain. And can I use devices like phones or laptops while using the AO Rain? It says, while you can bring devices in with you, it's best to relax and take the 45 minutes to yourself. If you do use devices, be cautious with any metal as it may interrupt the magnetic field. So my suggestion would be leave it alone. Let this be a moment in time of relaxation. Can I use the AO scan while using the AO Rain? Good question. Absolutely. To maximize the benefits of both AO Rain and AO scan, consider this approach. Before starting your AO Rain session, take a moment to engage in an inner voice or mind sync session. I love it. Setting the pace with your mind setting, right? Set it up and cue it to play while you relax in AO Rain. This will allow you to experience both the emotional and physical benefits. The same applies if you're using Cephi playlists or other optimizations from the scan. What an awesome idea. Simply cue everything up and enjoy your time in Rain. Can I use other Infinity devices while using AO Rain? Every AO Infinity product offers unique ways to enhance your well-being. We recommend focusing on AO Rain during your AO Rain sessions for the best experience. If you'd like to explore other modalities like the AO Wand, AO Mat, or AO Infinity Hub, feel free to incorporate them before or after your AO Rain sessions. Each one complements your journey to wellness in its own special way. Any other recommendations? Stay well hydrated. Aim for 12 to 16 ounces of water mixed with electrolytes, electrolyte powders, or a pinch of salt. This enhances the effects of negative ions in your body. I want to hone it, really focus on this. Do you all understand? And I'm sure you do. Anyone want to comment how many times we hear drink water, stay hydrated? I mean, in our AO scans, in our reports, we see stay hydrated, be hydrated. Do you see how important it is, again, to drink water, electrolytes, and stay hydrated? Anyone even disagree with me? Yeah, thumbs up. Exactly. Do you see how important? Something so simple as water. Let's not be lazy. We are never lazy when it comes to our health, right? Okay. So we see this once again. Thank you. I love it. Thumbs up. Yes. Okay. Then next, does AO Rain use water? What a nice question this is. No. While we call it rain, because it feels like something is pouring over you, there is no actual water involved. The sensation comes from the pressure created by the intensity of the negative ions, which are drawn through your body while you sit in the mat. Okay. So what do you all think of what you just heard? Isn't it fascinating?
I want one badly.
Yeah, and
I,
I'll tell you.
I think it's the ultimate of the affinity p equipment tools. It sounds like the ultimate that just targets every part of your soul, your
I
cells,
love it.
where the other ones, which are good, is just a different modality. But this seems to be the overarching modality that can, energize and help heal the whole body
I love it. It affects
at
the whole
one
body.
time.
Yeah,
At
at
one
one
time.
time. Yeah, I
Hmm.
completely understand what you're saying. Yeah, because each one of the Infinity products has a different use. The wand is terahertz frequencies, and then now the rain with the negative ions, and the mat, my PMF mat, I love it. At the end of the day, you all saw me, so each tool has its own reason behind it, but at the same time, it is nice to have negative ions just raining down on you. I love that concept too. I love that idea. So I hyped you all up because I'm excited about it. Knowledge is power. Power is everything, including supporting our health. It's on back order for 5 weeks. So if it's one of those things where you feel that you would like to add it to your Quantum in-home wellness center, right? Just be mindful that it is going to be it is on back order. I see Juan and Griselda. You have a moment. You go ahead. I see your hand up. Please share.
Yes, I think it's back on I saw it on the website that is back. I'm gonna
Hey, I love it.
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I love hearing
I
that.
was holding my 30% to use it.
That's right, smart cookie. So anyone who's new, she's talking about her 30% coupon. What that is every 3 months, SOLEX is the most generous affiliate company I've ever seen. You every 3 months of maintaining your membership, your account, I should say, your account, right? They give you a 30% coupon, and you can use it on any you want one item. So I take advantage of that. Yep. Griselda and a lot of the more seasoned ones that are here, we've all taken advantage of that. It's nice. 30% off is a nice chunk of change. It really is nice to be able to take advantage of that 30% off coupon. So absolutely, absolutely encourage that. Okay. I did talk with Solex this morning, and she was saying that they were still back ordered. So that's nice to hear that they are in stock. So I'll be excited to see that myself. Okay. All right, perfect. So does anyone have any specific questions? Oh, I see Griselda. There you go. Nice. Okay, so yep, it's there. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you. So does anyone have
I
any
just checked the
comments?
website.
Yep. Go ahead.
I just checked the website. It is back ordered. It still says in the
Oh,
on the
okay.
website in the
Okay, so they must
order.
just have the picture up there for display, but
Right.
it's still
But
okay. All right.
it's grayed out, and if you hold your cursor over it, it says out of stock.
Ah, okay. I do know though, if you want to be on the waiting list,
Right.
then yeah, you can just give them a call. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So does anyone have any specific questions or comments at this time? I hope you all learned something new today. We learned about SciBin coming from an asteroid. In its only place is in China. That's really interesting. We learned about negative ions and your bracelets and all sorts of interesting things. I'm always saying, we need to be thankful and grateful. I am thankful and grateful that Solex really is bringing this technology to the, front of all of our minds and our eyes and our hearts because it is so valuable. So if there's nothing else to be shared, then I'm going to no, no hands raised, nothing else to be shared. Oh, Zena, go ahead.
Um, I just wanted to share a brief personal experience that I mentioned to you when we did our one-on-one that others may find beneficial. Um, my a couple of weeks ago, my mother-in-law, she had actually been with another family member while we had been out of town for a day or so, and she was kind of out of it and not feeling well and kind of deteriorating, and I was like concerned. Do you think you need to go to the emergency room, so forth? And she was like, no. I was trying to reach out to Temna, and of course, Temna is an extremely busy woman, so she couldn't reach right back out to me. And so I did the scan and just kind of did what I thought was best. My mother-in-law didn't want to go to the emergency room. I figured I could probably figure it out. Just slightly concerned how serious it might be. But bottom line is it showed very low oxygen to her blood cells. And although that was something new for me to see, I was able to just kind of go through, pick items I thought would be helpful, and put together a playlist. And she started improving. Well, then later she comes back and says, I think I needed to be using my oxygen because she has the oxygen, but she doesn't always use it because most of the time she's okay. So that was just something I really appreciated of how accurate the scan is. It pinpointed the problem. I was already able to kind of get on it, give her supplements and frequencies, even before it clicked to her, oh, I need to get back on my oxygen. So I thought that was again, just different things we find as we go along is very beneficial. And then I know some of you may have seen my question about the food sensitivities in the WhatsApp chat. Sometimes after we had that training a couple of weeks ago, where it says sometimes food sensitivities is something that you need instead of something that you should avoid. Um, I found it beneficial to kind of just doing a little more research to realize that most of the time we need to avoid it. But if we do go in and read our scans in more detail and it's telling us certain things we need that are in some of those foods that look like they're on our void list, then sometimes it means that that's actually what we need. So I found that kind of helpful because I was trying to kind of wing it and figure it out. And after doing a little more research, it made a little more sense to me.
There you go. I love it. And then we also talked about muscle response testing. And so when we get into the next training about how to read reports, we'll kind of we'll give that perspective and I'll show everybody how to do that too. Okay. Thank you. I love those little tidbits. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else want to share anything with the group?
I want to share real quickly appreciation for your group, our group. Anyone that has gone on the official website, the official Facebook site for SOLEX, Temna, you offer so much direction, information, expertise, professionalism. You teach us how to think things through. You should walk us through so much. And I have suggested when on the official site, when people have just a plethora of questions that they need guidance, and I would suggest maybe your upline person or the person that introduced you would like to have a group similar to what we have, but thank you for the direction. Thank you for the information, and just you're not really holding our hands, but you're in the lead in the front guiding us where we can follow. Yeah, I'm telling you, you go in that site and you will value this platform 1,000%. So thank you.
Oh, you give me a little teary-eyed. I appreciate that and I receive it. You're welcome. Yeah, I try to make it. So I told you when I started with SOLEX and I had a foundation, I grew up this way. I didn't have anyone holding my hand. It's SOLEX and then me. And then I just, from my heart, had to share with everyone. Right. And so I remember the learning curves that I had. So that's why I wanted to make sure my community, whether I knew you directly or indirectly, you always had someone holding your hand through the process. So I'm here with my hand out, and those that want to, need to grasp hold, right, and have that kind of a guidance, that's what I wanted to offer. So I really appreciate you sharing with me. Quantum Wellness Wednesday. I will have it. It's etched in stone. I blocked off that day for everyone from my schedule. And those that are new hearing, just remember one-on-one mentoring, whether it's to ask specific questions about your scanner or a SOLEX product, if it's to help you incorporate the scanner maybe in your, if you have a practice or whatever it might be. That's what that one-on-one mentoring time is. And then at 6 o'clock, I do have my trainings every week at 6 o'clock. If there's a specific topic that you would like for me to hone in on, please let me know, for trainings. I don't mind at all. But, and I always, will continue to say, I'm only the one that shares. All of you are doing the same because you care about other people. But the biggest thing is taking care of your own health is your priority, because so many times we end up taking care of others first. You need to do this, you need to do that. And then we bend over backwards for everybody else. And then we're exhausted energetically. There goes our mitochondria, right? So ever so grateful. I will receive. My biggest joy is to see people feeling better naturally and knowing that there's natural solutions. And SOLEX is one of those natural solutions that you all have access to. All right. I held back the tears. Thank you. All right. Once again, very good to see you all. And I'm going to say my closing words that I say always. And if any of you want to say them with me, it's truly my belief system. Number one, stay well. Excuse me. Be well. There you go. Go ahead, Suzanne. Be well.
No, you do it. Stay well.
And always share with
Yeah.
others.
Others.
Okay. All right. Very good. Love you all. I'll see you soon. And let me know if you need my help. Right back at you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Wilsons.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
Marbury.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Temna. Hi, Brenda. Thank you. Hi, Brother Wilson.
Bye. See you guys.
Thank you, Temna.